I'm not really much of a gum flapper, so I'm gonna try and make this as interesting as I can. And I won't be going, "This is a diamond whitetail!" Because, let's face it, we all have eyes. Why do I need to tell you what you can already see? Unless I have some blind viewers watching, which... how would that even happen? This entry-level room is more or less my new blood into the trophy lodge. Everything else is pretty much old. Like, I've been trying to inject some newer trophies mixed into my older ones, and I think this entrance here with the two huddles works quite well. I mean, none of these great ones are super special. And you've probably seen that spoon golden, well, a few times now. It doesn't seem like it's the most rare. And that piebald whitetail was shot in the old scoring system, so that's why that's not a super rare. This is just my Layton wall for the most part, aside from the ducks. And old Mr. Billy Goat, which... shouldn't mountain goats be in the range of where Layton is anyway? I genuinely found this thing by pure happenstance in multiplayer. I don't know if I could find another one, to be honest. Stubble quail are a pain. And I shot a ton of geese when Hirschfelden came out. I'm pretty sure I have every single rare in my lodge. And I shot every single rare for green wing teal. The funny thing about green wing teal is I actually have a real life one mounted too. But this right here is probably the best multi-mount I have for small game, by far. And here's one of the rarest diamonds in the game, put above one of the best rares I have in my entire lodge. So that was my entrance room. There was a bit of a mix here and there, but this is my Layton room. And yes, I did my moose grind on Medved. Check out the video, by the way. But honestly, it looks better in here than it would in the Medved room I have, and I'm not gonna change that. I did improvise and put a goose here because I needed something small, but like I said, Canada geese are going to be in this area in real life, so it's perfectly reasonable they'd be here. But yeah, this is all the best I got out of Layton. Bunch of diamond elk, probably my favorite animal to hunt. Unfortunately, I never got to shoot a diamond OG rack black-tailed. That was kind of a bummer. The OG rack on blacktails, in my opinion, looked a lot better than the true rack ones. And I shot every single kind of mallard you could hope for too. Kinda what happens when you have plenty of time to shoot something and no new maps or species to put on small plaques. This center hallway kind of continues what the entrance room has. A lot of new and a lot of old. This is where I really started branching out the different deer species, and I have a bunch of ducks and geese on the wall as well. As you can see, I actually did manage to get a proper diamond tundra bean goose, as the one I shot in my Great One Whitetail video that somehow nearly got 3,000 views was a troll. Also, YouTube really doesn't make sense sometimes. Back before lodges even came out, my first diamond actually was a reindeer. It was 963 scoring. so it's not one of these in the multi-mount here. These are all at a later date. I mean, all nice trophies, don't get me wrong, but not the original diamond that I got. I am not going after red deer anytime soon. This only took like 700 kills to get him. I'm actually very surprised how short this grind was. I thought it was going to be worse than the red deer. This was only like a fifth of what the red deer was. And yeah, I got all the mission wolves on the wall. I did the Medved brown bear too early on before lodges were even a thing, so yeah, couldn't put him in the lodge even if I wanted to, but my goal here was to blend Medved and Sundarpatan. I think the animals kind of blend well together. Snowy Russia with snowy mountainous Nepal. I mean, there are snow leopards in Russia. I mean, diamond-wise, a snow leopard with 2 Eurasian lynx? That really brings out the highlights of this room. I really want a rare snow leopard to make a multi-mount out of too. Preferably albino, because for whatever reason it seems like melanistic is relatively more common for some reason. But yeah, hopefully that comes up soon. I've hunted a fair number of them already. This is the room that I wanted the right animals for. I mean, it just kind of makes sense. Like, Spain's a romantic kind of country, and what better room to have a Cuatro room than the bedroom, right? So this multi-mount here is probably one of my best multi-mounts. That albino gold Iberian wolf is probably one of the rarest rares I have in my lodge. I really don't see a lot of people with them. Of course, you got your albino ibex on the wall, and wolves, and roe deer. This is the first map I actually really got to hunt roe deer on. The rabbits are kind of cool. I don't really hunt them much, but found my fair share of rares. And on the wall over here, you can see remnants of my Great One red deer grind. I actually got really lucky with the melanistics. At a level 6, and that's a big level 7. I also have a giant 8 mythical albino up top and 2 relatively big level 7s. So as far as albinos go, I can't go wrong with that. And I would have put the kangaroo here in that, you know, the French girl pose, but you gotta have the Grand Slam. Like, how could you not for a Cuatro room? When you think of Yukon, you think rugged and wild. And what better place to have a Yukon room than in the bar? There really wasn't enough in this room to justify having its own special name. Well, I guess you could call this my in real life room, or animals I'd actually hunt in real life room. By the way, these two Goldeneye are max score. Correct me if I'm wrong with the female, but I know the male is for sure. Outside of ducks, partridge, and whitetail, I really haven't shot anything exotic. So this will be something to think of later on, especially this last one. I love glitches so much. Unlike my last room, this one, my parque room, definitely deserves its own spotlight. And of course, I had to have the kangaroo in the draw me like one of your French girls pose as you enter the room. That's how you know it's good, when you see that when you first open the door. Now, there are 3 diamonds in this room that need some explaining. Of course, you got probably the lodge highlight in the dilute diamond mule deer, which was uncommon when I shot it. That was back before even True Racks Forum. But that was off of my friend's map, and he wasn't very happy when I did that. The other diamond I should explain to you is the black water buffalo. That also wasn't rare back then, but this gold one is now. And the crown jewel, probably this lodge, if not for an asterisk at the time, is the albino diamond water buffalo. Now, it was an 8 mythical. It was an 8 mythical. But it was at a time when water buffalo were glitched. And even like level 6s had the diamond rack. Basically the only reason I have it up there is because it's albino, but if it was a 6 I would have deleted it, but it was an 8. So would you count it? And now the room you were all waiting for, the main room. Sure, it doesn't have a super rare in it, but everything in here is still pretty high value. I'd say as far as Africa goes, I've shot everything that I want to from there. I mean, I got my albinos, my mellas, and I got a crown wildebeest, I got a red warthog, and I have every single lion I need, aside from like one more rare female that I still need to shoot. And that day'll come. It's just that Sundar Patan has taken up most of my time with this game as of late. Also, according to this game's logic, only female warthogs can be red. So that means that Pumbaa is a girl.
Girl!
And this is my little Lion King scene reenactment, I guess you could say. Scar over the dead Cape Buffalo with Mufasa in the background and Simba lunging at him. Or at least that's what I was going for with this. Dark brown male lion looks really nice though. Now, out of all the positions I could have the Barasingha and the tiger, you're probably wondering why I have the Sheldon Cooper deer above the tiger. Well, maybe if people weren't shooting diamond tigers, like every single day, like you would find a penny on a sidewalk, then maybe it'd be a bit more rare, but until then, the Sheldon Cooper Bazinga deer is better.
Bazinga!
Also, here's a diamond male Gemsbok.